Hello and welcome. In this video, I will introduce you to the Bridge SDK TypeScript Library, which is a TypeScript library for interacting with the Neo Bridge and their related smart contracts. It is designed for backend and frontend use, and it's also using NeonJS, but with an adapter that is also available to the library. Currently, this is a beta because we are not exposing EVM contracts at the moment, so please use this command here to install. Add the add beta at the end, which should give you the latest version. And yeah, let me show you how to use this and what it contains. Basically, once you've installed it, you can import stuff. For example, the message bridge is a component of the Bridge SDK-ts library. You will need a config object here demonstrated to instantiate the message bridge contract, and then you can start using it. Also, because it's using NeonJS and I've created an adapter for it. Also, we expose all of the functionalities that NeonJS does through the Neon object, if you're familiar with that. So let's go to the library itself. You've seen the README. First of all, you can see the most important thing is the contracts. Here you have bridge management, execution manager, message bridge, native bridge, and token bridge. Even though native bridge and token bridge are the same contract, I've opted to create separate classes for them just for clarity and separation of concerns here. There's also a section with the N3 where we have Neon adapter. This is just an adapter for the NeonJS library. And you can see that here. There's an RPC URLs where you invoke scripts or functions, and then a bunch of stuff that are useful from Neo. Get all balances, get gas balances, fee per byte, and other things. Then we have a bunch of types here and some wallet utilities, which are mostly for creating accounts from wallet files, which are encrypted or not. And you can use all of those. Now, everything is exported. This is full 100% ESM compatible library. You can see we just have the NeonJS as a dependency. How would you use it? We made an examples repo for this. You can see we have installed the Bridge SDK-ts library in this project. This is called Bridge Examples TS. It's currently, what I'm showing you is part of the Bridge DevNet repository. This is a submodule in that larger repo. This is the place where I'm using it most because I need a running bridge environment. What's nice, I think, about the examples is that you can see here in the README, we have all of the requirements, and then each sort of component of the bridge, like the native bridge, the token bridge, the message bridge, the management stuff, the execution stuff, and some wallet operation examples as well. Each section has its own README with requirements. For example, for the native bridge, you would need a native bridge contract hash in the env, neonode URL, wallet paths, wallet passwords, and all of that stuff. But you can also, if you run this inside the Bridge DevNet or in conjunction with the network, you can even run this with a real live network like the testnet or the N3 mainnet. And then you can just run a bunch of npm run commands like npm, for example, native bridge deposit. If you go to package.json, you can go here and say, oh, I want to deposit something. You would go and say npm run nb deposit. Then it sets this deposit native, and then it goes to native bridge operations. And here is where the examples actually start making sense, because you can see here we have created a native bridge contract from the environment variables, which is basically we create that config object that we showed you before. Let me go here in the SDK. This is a contract wrapper config. You need a contract hash, an RPC URL, and an account. The account is just the basic account object that you would get from NeonJS. If your project already uses that, you can reuse that. So we create the contract wrapper config. Currently here in the examples, we're creating that from environment variables, but you would be using this differently or creating this differently or getting this information differently if you were using it in a browser. Okay, and once we created the config, we can create a new contract wrapper class here, and we're going to just use this one to execute all sort of operations. We were talking previously about deposit native. If we do deposit native, then also we're getting all of this information from the environment, but you would be using this differently in a browser. The call is fairly simple, and this is going to be a theme all over the place. Just await, because obviously these are async, and then you would be calling deposit native on the native bridge with all of the required parameters that you can see here in the SDK as well. This was a deposit native, and then this is all of the parameters that you would need, and you can see them all here used as well. This goes the same way for all of the components. If you need information on how to do stuff with the message bridge, you can go here, and then you can see all of the files. Say, oh, this is how to execute a message. If you want to know how to execute a message, you go to the message bridge, execute message, and then you look through this method. You will see how we are using it. You can see we are getting the nonce value from somewhere, and then we are just basically executing it. This wait for state update is a caveat. This is a feature that's missing in the SDK, and it's about to be added soon. And then we can also get the EVM execution result. This is a read method. You can find it in the SDK here as well. You go to the message bridge, and you can see here the get EVM execution result. This is the related nonce, and it's basically just a number. So you can look through the README, see what you want to do. Do I want to interact with wallets? Do I want to interact with the bridge? What do I need to do? What do I want to do? Everything is sort of explained and available in the README files. And if you want, you can also, as I was saying, for example, if you want to test sending a message, you would just go here and run npm run amb send, which is, let's see what it does. Npm run amb. Oh, it's send executable, send result, send store only message, and then it would send messages. There's an env template here as well, showing you what to, what to add to each environment variable. You can look here, you can see all sort of things. You can look at my env file. This is, for example, the executable data of a message, because this is an encoded EVM executable message, right? And then so this is the message store result true, because when you go to execution manager, when you go to the message bridge and you want to just say send executable message, the executable message will contain a bunch of things, and you will have to complete all of those things, which is exactly why you want to look here. For example, in sending a message, is this an executable? Send executable message, right? So how do I do that? I would go here and oh, what are these params? These are send executable message params. What does this mean? It needs a message data, which is basically what I've just shown you earlier, that long string here in the env. This is the message executable data. Then you would need, is this a store result? So it's basically a true here. And then the sending fee, which we would get straight from the bridge in this case, because the bridge can tell us what the sending fee is. You put all of that into an object, and then you call send executable message from this. And then you just basically get a transaction result here, which is part of the interface of the Bridge SDK, which basically underlyingly uses the NeonJS transaction result object. Okay, this is basically just the overview of the SDK for the bridge and how to get the examples that you need. You can also have a look at the readmes and the repos separately. You can have a look at the docs in the main labs, and then if you go to the bridge and the messaging bridge, you can see here a bunch of examples with EVM side laid out as well, but it's also using the SDK. library to show up how to use it, how to do a complete flow end to end. And then we have the EVM to N3 and the N3 to EVM flows laid out separately, exactly how to perform. This has been the short rundown of the Bridge SDK. How to use it, we are planning on adding here the EVM part soon. We're working on this with GitMyABI that XLabs is developing. We're hoping and we are very excited about that as well. Now, if you have any other questions, go to the docs. They're pretty comprehensive. Look over the examples repo, and if something just doesn't make sense, or if there's something missing, maybe we missed something, either in the SDK or in the examples, please reach out to us. We have a Discord server. We have, contact page on xlabs.com, and reach out. We will let you know what we can do and how we can improve on things. And thanks for watching.